As Australia nears its federal election, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is riding two boats in a high-stakes geopolitical balancing act, committing troops to a potential Ukraine peace mission, challenging Vladimir Putin while refusing to retaliate in Donald Trump's tariff war to preserve US ties. With polls showing the coalition, led by Peter Dutton, gaining ground, Albanese's Labour government faces mounting pressure. His foreign policy, navigating Trump's America and Putin's Russia, has become a key election issue as he aims to prove he can protect Australia's interests amid global uncertainty.
Tariffs and escalating trade tensions are a form of economic self-harm and a recipe for slower growth and higher inflation. They are paid by the consumers. This is why Australia will not be imposing reciprocal tariffs on the United States.
As a Quad member with the US, India and Japan, Australia cautiously aligns with Trump's tariff policies, which aim to shield American industries but unsettle global trade. Albanese has chosen not to impose reciprocal tariffs, prioritizing the US alliance over joining the trade fray.
Australia has committed some $1.5 billion to help Ukraine defend itself. More than $1.3 billion of that is military support. We stand with Ukraine. I've had meetings with President Zelensky on multiple occasions, including, of course, in Kyiv, in Ukraine, where I travelled very early on in my Prime Ministership.
Meanwhile, Albanese is strengthening Australia's NATO partner role by pledging troops for a Ukraine peace mission, confronting Putin's invasion. Having already sent aid to Kyiv, this move deepens Australia's NATO ties, despite not being a full member. Defence Minister Richard Marles affirmed, "Australia won't stand by as international law is violated. We're ready to help secure peace." Moscow has slammed this as reckless, warning of reprisals, yet it bolsters Australia's standing with NATO allies wary of Trump's Putin-friendly leanings. Albanese's dual approach, backing Ukraine while avoiding a tariff clash with Trump, highlights Australia's tricky position. Sending troops risks Russian cyber attacks or diplomatic fallout, while not retaliating on tariffs keeps Trump on side amid his calls for allied loyalty. Dr. Malcolm Davis of the Australian Strategic Policy Institute calls it a calculated gamble. Albanese is showing strength in Europe while sidestepping a trade war with the US, he said. It could prove Australia's diplomatic skill or reveal its limits. Economically, dodging Trump's tariff war safeguards trade flexibility, especially with China, but missteps could irk the US. Strategically, aiding Ukraine boosts Australia's global role, though it escalates tensions with Russia. As the election looms, Albanese's ability to ride these two boats will be judged by voters. Will his nuanced strategy signal leadership or indecision? For now, Australia straddles the divide between Trump and Putin, balancing alliances and interests in a turbulent world.